Hello friends, welcome to CEC Gurukul Live Lectures. Dear friends, today in this session we are going to talk on sources of business idea. This is the part of our series on entrepreneurship. And for the discussion of the topic, we have with us in our studios Dr. Namita Rajput. Dr. Namita Rajput is principal in Sri Aurobindo Evening College, University of Delhi. Dr. Rajput is a prolific professor and we are always delighted to have her in the studio. Friends, if you have any question pertaining to today's topic, feel free to talk to us through our toll-free number. Our number is 1-800-110-430. I repeat, our number is 1-800-110-430. Now, I would like to welcome our guest, Dr. Namita Rajput, once again. Hello, ma'am. Welcome to the lecture.
Good morning, friends. The topic of today is sources of business ideas. So before we move on to the topic, there is one saying, the ideas can change your life, the ideas can change your world. So if you talk the business ideas, it can be really have a good potential if you find out those ideas which are convertible into practical business undertakings, and so they are beneficial and having a lot of potential as far as the business is concerned. So the ideas which have the potential of being converted into actual business undertakings can be referred to as the business ideas. With so many benefits which we hear about our businesses, it is imperative for the people to consider having their own ideas, having their own business. Well, now, coming on to the merits of your own business. If you are the master of your own concept, if you are the master of your own business, there are so many associated advantages relating to it. Like, you are your own boss. You're not accountable, you're not answerable to anyone else except your boss. Now, relating one's own dream, providing and empowering, rather than being employed, contributing significantly to the GDP of our country and so on. And thus, it cannot be ignored. So, people look for various opportunities, various business ideas. Sometimes they go to business meetings wherein they interact. Now, specifically, you join the clubs because, the people who are contemporary, the people who are of your stature will definitely take up a topic and discuss. And from the discussion itself, you will come to know that, okay, this is also one field I can take up. So this is what cannot be ignored. So business ideas, the sources of business ideas are sometimes within you also. Because you're well versed, you're having a click of the knowledge on the internet, you keep watching good programs, the business, the business chats, the business magazines. So you come to know that, some people, they work out of box. Some people, they really guide you in terms of, giving you business ideas. Now we have specific firms also in this regard, wherein the sources of the business ideas, their work is also on the project making files, like they will talk about the concept of the ideas which you have thought about, the genesis of the ideas which you have thought about. They will work towards the practical aspects of it, whether it is financially feasible, whether it is viable, because some ideas they die their own death because they are not practical enough. So as a matter of fact, there are specific and specialized agencies which give you a big push, which gives you a lot of information, lot of reports, wherein you'll be able to judge whether you are, the ideas which you have conceived are practical or not. However, the problem which is encountered with the people, they get stuck with the prospects of generating the ideas which could be successfully turning into the business undertaking later on. Because whatever ideas you conceive, they are not, sometimes they are practically handicapped. So you will not work on those ideas, and definitely you will see the market, you will see the present competitors around the market. You will also see the global players who are into the same market, because we are living in the information era. We are living in the era wherein everything is available on a click of a button. So you will definitely scroll and scan everything, wherein you will straight away find out the ideas which are most important for you, and definitely which can also be converted into the business undertakings later on. Now, what are the sources of business ideas? Business ideas are not they are not the rocket science at all. They are just within our surroundings. You have to have that particular eye wherein the ideas which are practical, they will come to your mind. You will have the practical aspects of it, testing part of it, and you will realize yourself that yes, this is what is the idea I'm looking for. But you have to be very diligent, you have to be very intelligent, you have to gather n number of information which is a part of it relating to it, and of course the ideas which are most important from the market point of view, from the competitors point of view, from your own feasibility part. There are some ideas which are very costly to be implemented, so you have to see then the financial aspects also. You have to see the market aspects also, whether you are one of these small players or you are pioneer in a particular field. So all these ideas have to be culminated together. You have to see every factor in one frame, and then you will come to know that yes, this is what the ideas I was looking for. These are the basic stepping stones wherein these ideas can lead to a very successful businessman. But yes, you have to discover, you have to find out, you have to be very particular when you talk to people, with this kind of a mindset that you are looking for something new, you are looking for some gaps. And as a matter of fact, you have to plug those gaps. How do we plug those gaps? By looking into the various parameters relating to it. And mostly business ideas are generated by the individuals who have an undertaking of how the environment works. And the business ideas can also be said to be within you and within the environment where we live. But yes, we are, sometimes we do not want to see, sometimes we do not want to lift the veil, and sometimes the ideas are in front of you, but you're not able to take the wise decisions. So you have to really be patient about it. You have to scroll the internet for the related information which is available, and of course the ideas which are practically feasible. You will pick up those ideas specifically if you are coming into a pioneer field, because if you are trying to produce what you have, there are a number of products which are available, and you are just trying to extend that, so the probability of getting the success would be little low. So you have to be very particular, diligent in your approach, ideas, and the actions which you take. Now, amongst the successful business ideas, there are some which are generated from the market research, which invariably gauges the needs and the preferences of the final users of the product to be used. And in this essence, we are talking about the customers. Now see, when you talk about the customers' sovereignty is there in the present context. If we also call it as the consumer is the king of the market. What the consumers want you to produce, you will direct your resources in that direction. If the customers want X particular thing, you will do that. If the customers want Y particular thing, you will do that. You will direct all your resources within no time to make the dreams of the customers come true. Customer has to be shown the galaxy of the products, the number of the products. They are having a wide choice, and this is what we are looking for. And the idea of having the various business ideas, the most important factor, the most important pillar, the most important person who is benefited is the customer. So you have to look upon the taste and the preferences of the customers. You have to see how you have to go about. You have to see what parameters are to be taken into consideration, and then of course everything will be yours. So untimely, it comes down to the following market orientation, which states what? It is imperative to scan the environment, scanning the prospective customers, and zero upon those problems and aspirations of the customers which needs to be dealt upon quickly. Most of the business ideas which are successful were the ideas which in one way or the other solving the problem faced by the customer. Now coming on to the logic which emanates out of it, it is simple rather than intriguing, focus and observes the needs, the problems, the aspirations of the customers to generate new business ideas. We list down here some of the avenues and some of the sources which can be explored to discover the new business ideas. Now we'll be talking on the sources of the business idea. Of this, the first point which is most important and significant is look within and discover. Now what does it mean? Most of the business problems and the solutions thereof, they emanated out of the discoverer. If a person wants to come up with a business idea, when she must look within, the assesses her talents, skills, hobbies, and of course the vocation to unearth the thoughts and which could be successfully turning into a business prospect. So this is what we have to see, that is we have to look within, and then we have to discover. So if you are able to do that, there will be a plethora of the ideas which will come your way, and you will, find out and scan the feasibility part of it. When the ideas are feasible, then you look upon the other parameters, the financial, the economic, the political, the social, etc. Now we are coming on to the second source of the business idea. The second source of the business idea is keep yourself informed. See, information era is, you are well known to the fact that we are living in the information era, where everything is available on a click of a button. So, but yes, when you talk about the business ideas, you have to look upon, you have to click those sites and information which is specifically relating to you, because Google is a ocean of knowledge. So you have to pick up, you have to click those business sites, those business ventures which are successful, which are associated and linked with your the product. And you have to be very, very particular, diligent in terms of collecting the business information. And of course, if the information about the prospective business today is available in plenty, internet of course is a great source of gathering the ideas and the information. So this is what you have to know about it, and this is what you have to gauge. The people can assess those successful business ideas which cannot be followed all over the world, and they have to adopt the same within the suitable changes. Now, what are the sources of the business ideas? First, the third point which I am going to highlight is keep up with your current events. Now see, you understand that business is basically an open system, which is affected by in and around the environment. The environment which is within is the internal environment, which also gives you the immense knowledge about what and how you have to change. The plethora of the ideas come from within the business also, and of course the major part of the ideas, they come from the outside. So you have to see the outside information which is coming to you or pouring into the business can be an opportunity, can be a threat, but these are both a part of the business ideas. You have to be intelligent enough to understand that which idea is can prove to you as a source of success, and which idea can be a source of demise of your own business. You have to see the internal resources which are available to you, whether you'll be able to service that or not. And of course, you have to see your market reputation, the current scenario of the business policies, the current scenario of the political arena, the current scenario of the social events. And of course, because we are living in a global environment, so the global factors, they also have a direct spillover onto the business. So you have to scan each and every aspect, each and every parameter, horizon, and the elements and the pillars which can be affecting your business, and then you will come on to the current events, scanning them, and of course you have to look upon each and every minute details of the events which are happening in and out of the business. So you will find out the good ideas which are affecting your business. The next is your societal happenings, the business trends, events. They can be very successful as a part and the parcel of as a tool to streamline and sort the kind of the business activities which can be really worked upon. Now we come on to the fourth source of the business idea. Now, what is that? Inventing a new product or a service. A new invention, whether it is a product or a service, if possesses the merit, then can be easily converted into a business idea. Now see, there are so many things which are affecting the business. We can even think about some innovative service which nobody has ever started before. So that's also called as a pioneer activity or a pioneer product. Both the things, whether it is service or the idea, you have to see and work on a very smaller scale, which is also called as a pilot study. You have to understand that yes, this idea is workable. This idea or the thought which is rocking your mind can be converted into a business idea because it has a lot of potential to convert the thoughts into action and action into profits. And business means profits. Whether the profits again has a wider meaning, penetrating into the business market, generating more customers, having a good reputation in the market. So often and still people, they face a lot of difficulties while using a product just because they are not being tailor-made or customized. Nowadays, we are coming across so many innovative services like, for example, the Uber Eats are available. That's a very pioneer service which nobody has started. So we have now a research and a development cell of each company. They will only work upon the business ideas. They will study the market, not only the national market, but also the global market. They will come on and scan each and everything which is linked with your business, and they are coming on and with the innovative service which the customers are very happy. Now they will show one product and they will offer you, yes, if you want this kind of a product, it can be customized. Like if you want an extra, container, you will be getting that. If your needs are not suiting with the ready-made product, they can alter the product, they can alter the designs, be it your, the apparel market or say the customer market, the electronics which are available, the single-use consumer goods, the durable-use consumer goods. Everything is capable of getting customized, and this is what the customer is looking for. For example, the product is available in red color. I want that to be in blue color or a white color or a gray color. So they will offer me, so many good services, and the customers are very happy. And the ultimate aim of the business is to have a customer sovereignty, the customer delight. So you have to unfold many activities which are innovative and creative in nature. And then, of course, you will be able to have the best penetration market in the real market situations. Now, the market environment today, they demand that the products are very specifically made to cater to a specific set of customers. For example, we have a lot of good malls in Delhi NCR. Certain malls, they are so costly that the common man will not even go there because they will have a state of depression, because the product which is starting is from, say, if you talk about the apparels or good ladies suit, they start from 35,000 starting range. So they cannot even imagine even one outfit being bought from that particular, mall. For example, Emporio Mall in Vasant Kunj in New Delhi. So people are so specific about their taste, their pockets, and their demands. So they will just go to the products, they will just go to those markets where the products are nearly of their own choice, which is matching their pocket as well. So the market environment today demands that the products are specifically made to cater to a specific set of customers. Now we have, the common, sometimes nowadays the products and the brands, because people, they don't buy product, they buy images. Even if you are from a lower stature of a family or lower stature background, your kids are studying in the public schools, they will just, have the demonstration effect that my friend bought an X t-shirt from this particular mall of this particular price. So they are after their parents, even if the parents cannot afford, they have to, cater to the demands of their child. So what specific this particular habit has inculcated in the strategies of these big brands, that they are also coming out with the eco products, with the same signage, with the same brand, with the same logo. We have n number of range in the same showroom. So that is one thing which the multinationals have incorporated because of the habits, taste, preferences of the consumers, that they have started keeping the range of the products which is suiting each and every category of the customers. So this is a wonderful example you can quote while writing your examination papers. Now, in this kind of a scenario, if a new product or a service is invented which caters to a specific set of customers directly, then it can be really a very potential and a new business ideas. So now we are coming on to the fifth source of the business ideas, which is very interesting. In Delhi, from 14th November, that is starting from the Children's Day, to 27th of November, we have the trade fairs, which is in the Pragati Maidan. This is one particular dais where all the businessmen, all the artisans, all the engineering products, so you just name of the product and it is exhibited in that fair. So there, in the trade fair shows, in the expo shows, in the book shows, in the exhibitions, now we are also coming out with these specific exhibitions, like Auto Expo is coming up, the Fabric Expo is going on, the products which are very specific to the Adivasis, the Adi shows are also being taken up. So they are either taken place on a specific, that is, I told you the date, from 14 November to 27. Besides this, very continuous and a very a continuous opportunity is given to the people in and out the year, which is also available in Delhi Hut. So Delhi Hut is also being opened in many places in Delhi now, so that the commuting time of the customers is less and they are able to see the new innovative products all over Delhi with their particular region coming up as the Delhi Hut shows. So this is all if you enter that particular exhibitions. Nowadays people enter these exhibitions and expos and the trade shows because they have to expand their business. They have to make some innovations in their business. That is the current scenario. They can also come out with the potential ideas. They can also have certain kind of collaborations, some joint ventures. So which is very easy for you. The government of India is giving you an opportunity wherein you can just participate or maybe just walk around. So just walking around also will have a very good learning experience to all the businessmen, to all the people who have a potential to grow or they have one wish to expand their business. Even for the startups, these kind of shows, expositions and exhibitions are very, very beneficial, and they also give a very good mileage to the businessmen as a whole. Now, generally, these exhibition showcases the products in a very fantastic manner, and of course, which are newly invented and are in demand. They have the added benefits. Are basically the frequent contracts and reputed sales representatives, wholesalers, distributors, manufacturers, and of course, and are like of it. The people remain connected to the ground level changes happening in the industry. So these contracts definitely can turn into a very good source of the business ideas. Now we are coming on to a very interesting part which can also be a source of the good business idea, is brainstorming. Nowadays we do this kind of a brainstorming activities at the university level also. From the commerce background teachers, they will sit with all the students maybe in a particular bigger room where the participation of the students is the maximum. So they will have not a monologue but a dialogue with the students, because students nowadays, they are very smart. They are smart kids because they are born in the information era. What we do is we float a particular idea into basically the students and the teachers. They interact at one place, and basically we call it as the student development programs and the faculty development programs, where when the idea is floated, people will be discussing, lot of new points will come on. So these brainstorming sessions can also be very beneficial as far as the sources of the business ideas are concerned, because we have a lot of diversity as far as the students are concerned, the teachers are concerned. We are having people from every nook and corner, not only from Delhi, NCR, but also a global outlook is also there, because in every college of universities which are available in Delhi NCR, we have the international students also coming up. So if we take the views of them also and have a very good and strong brainstorming sessions, so we will have a very exhaustive list as far as the business ideas are concerned. So brainstorming is a process wherein the objective is to think about as many ideas which can be thought upon, and with the concise of the group involved, the double thoughts can also be further deliberated upon them. The next is your industrial and consumer survey. Now this is one particular the factor which is a boon also and which is a bane also. Because if I am asked as a professor to fill a particular survey, I'll be very honest in this, sometimes you fill those particular points which is ought to be, but you are not unfolding your real thoughts, your real ideas. So this is what is impacting the rational and the actual data, because people, they are being very modest in their approach. They're very touchy about their likes and dislikes. So sometimes they will just give you the information which is not true. What is the outcome of this? The outcome of this is that the market research which you are trying to calculate, the results which you are trying to infer will also be impacted in a very negative fashion and will have a direct spillover, a negative spillover onto the research activities. And of course, similar is case with the industrial products. But yes, in industrial products, the problems are little less. Whereas in the consumer surveys, you will have some kind of open-ended, close-ended questions, some similar questions that you are able to unfold the truth also. So as a respondent, you should always give a kind of the information which is actually true, not which is affected by your own whims and fancies. So come out with the right information so that we can improve the product, we can improve the market, we can improve the product, services, and putting in a lot of good effort, so that, because the ultimate and eventual aim of the market is to satisfy the customer. Consumer satisfaction, consumer delight, consumer sovereignty, and the market penetration ratio are one of the key objectives when you do a business. So you have to be very particular, envelop these thoughts into mind when you're coming on to the final decisions of yours. And of course, with the proper structured market surveys, and the nerve of the customers can be gauged with the precision of the goods and services desired, can be the prototyped in a similar fashion as it is desired. Now coming on to the eighth very important source of the business idea is franchising. What do you mean by a franchise? With franchising, a particular product or service which has been very successful in other countries and are entirely new in your own country, it can be adopted as a basically remodeled accordingly. For example, I'll take the example of McDonald's. McDonald's is a global product. They have a global chain across the globe. So the people from India, you must have seen the McDonald's, or maybe a Subway, or maybe the KFC, that is a Kentucky Fried Chicken. They are, there are so many businessmen in India which they are trying to take the franchises across Delhi NCR. What is the basic premise of that? The basic premise of that is that they adopt the culture. Like the people who are sitting on the counters will always behave in a particular fashion. They will talk to you in a very, very typical fashion. Are you happy with the product? How is the product? So they will, take the market survey as it is. And whether you want any kind of changes, or whether you're finding a food bland, you want any changes in the product. So this is what we are doing. We are indigenizing the product, which is specifically served for, like we are having so many castes present in Delhi and NCR and in India. The pan-India approach they adopt is, they will have 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or maybe 10, depending upon their likes and dislikes, the products of the choice of the customers. They will indigenize the product, try and add the Indian flavors into it, like we have, with the Indian sauces, with the Indian tangy flavors, with Indian, spicy flavors, so that they are improving as the taste which is available in India, that is indigenizing the product which is globally available. So you will not get the taste what you get in India and what you get in US or in UK or in Europe. The tastes are absolutely different, but they are just remodeling the model. They are remodeling the product which is suiting to the taste and the preferences of the particular people who are residing in India. Furthermore, there are a lot of advantages which are associated with the franchising, like the easy brand recognition, the expertise sharing, the resource and know-how sharing can also be very careful for a new entrepreneur. Now we have just completed the sources of the business ideas, for which I want to give you a recap before we move on to the other topic of today. We started with the sources of the business ideas. The ideas are what? The ideas are the potentials of being converted into actual business undertakings and can be referred to as the business idea. With so many benefits which you hear about our business, it is imperative for the people to consider their own business, because there are so many merits available of their own business that they want to have, they become their own boss, they realize their own dreams, because unless and until you see the dreams, you are not able to fulfill them. You have a complete control over the products. You can also be a very good contributor to the gross domestic product of a country. So, you have to have your own business ideas, and what are the sources of it? So we'll have a quick recap. The business ideas are not rocket science, they are just within and around us. It is that you have to have an Arjun eye to see that. A successful person comes out from the problem faced by the people, or from them experience their own self. Mostly the business ideas are generated by the individuals who have an undertaking of how the environment works. The business ideas can be said to be within you and within the environment where we live. So we are coming on to the sources very quickly. The first was, you have to look within, you have to discover. You have to keep yourself informed, because the information is the essence of the business. The information is the essence of the profits. If you're well aware of the plenty of business ideas which is available on the business internet sites, so you can really do wonders. Then the third is your keep up with the current events, because the current events which are happening, they are having a direct spillover onto the business trends. Of course, the events which are very successful, you have to streamline, you have to have a inner eye to see that. Now we have to invent a new product or a service, and of course we have to see the other sources which are available in the exhibition expos, the trade fairs, Delhi Heart, etc. Then one of the most important source of the business idea is the brainstorming session. The brainstorming session is very, very successful, because the ideas which are coming from the brainstorming are even better, and they can be conducted with the good amount of knowledgeable people in and around you. The brainstorming is a process wherein the objective to think as many ideas which can be thought upon within the concise of the group involved. Then doable thoughts can also be further deliberated upon. The next is your industrial and consumer survey. The business and the market research is very, very effective tool for a new entrepreneur and even the established ones. The market research gives an idea to the entrepreneur about the needs, desires and the wants of the consumers. With the proper structured market survey, the nerve of the consumer can be gauged upon as a precision of the product, services and desired can be prototyped in a particular fashion. Then we have a franchise part. Franchisees also gives you the good business ideas that how you can sell a global product in the Indian market. So what we do is we adopt the product, which is when you have to remodel it, you have to revisit the taste, you have to remodel the process involved in cooking many of the activities together, or if you're into some apparels, or you have to see the body structures of the people who are available in India. You have to adopt successfully in the various countries of today. seeing the advantages of various products which are available to it. So now we are about to start with a new topic of today. That is, if you are satisfied, you have a plethora of the ideas in front of you. Now is the time for testing of the feasibility part. After thinking upon the business ideas and subsequently deliberating on it, the next step for an entrepreneur is to look forward with the feasibility of the business ideas we are generated. In the coming next sessions, we will be expanding on the test of feasibility part. So there are about 4 essential elements as far as the feasibility is concerned, which needs to be expanded in the coming periods. So with this, I come on to the end of this lecture, and I, give the dice to Geetika for any kind of questions she is interested in asking me.
Thank you. First of all, we would like to give you thanks for giving us this productive session. Now the question arises once again, though we have discussed in detail, what are the sources of the business ideas?
See, this is a very important and interesting topic, and the base for every businessman. Everyone has a dream, and everyone dreams big. Like, for example, unless and until you see dreams, you will not be able to fulfill them. So, sometimes we are inspired directly or indirectly with certain personalities which we come across in our lives. So, basically, while having a social interactions, that is why we are nowadays having a lot of parties. Without any reasons we meet, let us have a corporate meet, let us have a alumni meet, let us have, the old student meet. Why do we do that? We are, in a very different world compared to the yesteryears. It's the era of knowledge, it's the era of networking. So when we do a lot of networking, we will come about and give a chance to, for example, in our colleges, if you talk about the university levels, we have the alumni meets regularly, annually. Every college will do that. Why do we do that? Because every year, the third years are passed out, they enter into the reality market. Some people go for the higher studies, some people will go for the the placements. Sometimes they are automatically have a campus placement. So the ideas, they come from them also. The alumni, we give the alumni a dais to speak about their success journey. So the present students which are not passed out, they are so benefited that okay, this person has reached height with this kind of this thing. So that is a part of education. Some people they work into they have their own business. So the business ideas, whatever base we give at the undergraduate level. We well prepare them that what parameters they have to pursue, what parameters you have to see. So the first source is look within and discover yourself. You have to be very much informed about it. You have to have the current events, the complete knowledge of the current events which is happening. You have to sometimes invent and add certain features to it, and the exhibitions, the brainstorming sessions, the franchising are the other part of the business sources of finance.
With this note, thank you so much for giving us this session. Friends, you are requested to write to us at info.cec@nic.in if you have any question or if you wish to give your feedback. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you once again.